Almost exactly a year ago, we came to Midvaal to drive the ADF Motorsport prepared BMW E90 production car racer. It was an impressive car to drive, and in fact we said at the time that it was more touring car than production car machine. A year later, there's a brand new BMW 3 Series called the F30 and a brand new racing car to go with it. In fact, this is the first racing version of an F30 to be seen worldwide. And again, the team have been kind enough to put everything on the line, put me behind the wheel of the car, to give you an opportunity to find out what it's like to drive. And if I look at it, it's going to be pretty special.
Like its E90 predecessor, the new 3 Series race car was developed under the auspices of ADF Motorsport and competes in the local production car championship, making its debut in March this year. The car took just 6 weeks to build from scratch and features a raft of innovations. It certainly looks the racing car part, with a low-slung, menacing stance that suggests an equally aggressive on-track character, although regular driver Anthony Taylor feels it's a more benign machine.
I think the fact that it's got good traction is probably the key factor that it makes it a bit more forgiving to drive. The first experience that I got from it was that you could really get to the edge a lot quicker with this car before it actually lets go.
Taylor points out that the new 3 is a lot stiffer than its predecessor, allowing a more direct dialogue between car and driver, which in turn builds confidence. The all-independent, fully adjustable suspension is by Dutch company AST, while the tyres are now closer to race rubber than ever before, adding further grip and composure. The F30 race car may be a clean sheet design, but it has proven competitive from the word go, a fact Taylor ascribes to the team's experience with the previous 3 Series and its commitment to ongoing development.
With motorsport, you're always looking for the outer edge. But I mean, if you look at our last car that we had, the E90, at the last race that we ran, it won. The whole time it's an ongoing exercise in motorsport is to find that little bit every time. And while you're doing that, you also get a better understanding of what the car wants.
The new race car not only reflects the team's experience, but also ups the bar in terms of overall execution and attention to detail. While not a works effort, the commitment to quality and the high standard of workmanship is certainly comparable with a factory effort. Surprisingly, many of the parts are off the shelf.
Yes, you'll notice that on the F30 BMW, we've got BMW M Performance that have now reintroduced their product. And for example, the brakes that we're using are stock standard road-going parts, which you can go to your BMW dealer and purchase over the counter. You'll also notice that the dashboard's got the Alcantara dash, and that the gauges are still in. We like to say that we're the first company that have brought back a production vehicle into production car racing.
Judging by that sound, however, the emphasis is very much on racing, and there's no doubt that the Afrox BMW is a dyed-in-the-wool motorsport machine. The attention to detail is impressive, and the application of the standard components innovative. Even so, nothing can prepare you for the experience of actually driving this BMW. The throttle response is instant and the power delivery is linear and consistent all the way to the red line. The gearshift action is short and snappy, and on downshifts the Motec engine management system even blips the throttle. Turn-in is tidy and there's plenty of grip, while the overall balance of the car is particularly impressive.
Well, let's start off by saying that if people tell you that this is not like a touring car, they're lying through their teeth, because as much as there's a lot of emphasis here on production car parts, and as much as the car tries to look quite standard from the outside, inside, behind the wheel, you might as well be driving a touring car. The only differences are that it still has a normal H-pattern gearbox, but everything else about this car says pure race-bred touring car. The brakes need quite a bit of pressure, more than I thought, and it did catch me out at the end of the main straight first time ride. I didn't even look at how fast I was going, but that brake board came and went, and I wasn't slowing down much. It was just a small little moment, but as you can see, the car's in one piece.
The accessibility of the new BMW race car and its relative affordability should attract new blood to the increasingly exciting production racing arena.
We've already got 2 privateer guys that we're running cars for. It's John Mayer and Keishore Patamba. He's part of the Pertec team.
For BMW, of course, a key attraction is the opportunity to prove the mettle of its cars and its catalogue of performance parts under real racing conditions, while also promoting the motorsport heritage of the brand.
Winning straight out of the box has already proven that this car has a great potential for victory. But what's particularly interesting about the F30-based BMW production car racer is that it uses a lot of production car parts. And that should not only bring costs down, but bring more of these cars onto our racetrack in the future.
A high-tech straight-six 3-litre engine with twin-scroll turbo delivers power and torque in abundance, while an astutely developed chassis makes the most of the urge on offer. The result is a BMW race car that is vastly better than its E90 predecessor in every key area, while employing more standard parts than ever before. And yes, it's locally developed too.